Hey, what's up everybody? It's your pal Ben here from Twig Cycles out of Hagerstown, Maryland, and today we're checking out one of my all-time favorite Triumph models, the Bonneville Speedmaster. And today we're going to jump into 3 reasons you should strongly consider the Bonneville Speedmaster if you're on the fence about getting a mid-size cruiser, or if you're looking to get a mid-size cruiser, get the most bang for your buck. This right here is the package deal. So we're going to jump into a little bit of the nitty-gritty, get to know the Bonneville Speedmaster, what makes it unique, what makes it one of my all-time favorites. We're going to list out 3 big topics on why I believe you should strongly consider a Triumph Bonneville Speedmaster. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, let's talk about reason number 1, or topic number 1, power plant. So what makes this thing rev? What makes it go? Well, you'll notice we have that very distinguished Triumph Bonneville motor. So we got the high torque 1200 parallel twin, 1200cc engine, liquid cooled, fuel injected, of course. And that parallel twin engine is putting out 78 foot-pounds of torque and 76 horsepower, 6-speed transmission, of course. And believe me, as somebody weighing in at about 220 pounds, 220, 230 roughly, 6'1", believe me, that thing has plenty of power, plenty of torque to carry you around, to carry yourself, carry some gear. And believe me, it's got all the power to get out of its own way, even on the interstate. I did a lot of interstate riding on my Bonneville Speedmaster when I had it, and I also did a lot of riding with luggage and a passenger. Believe me, you would be absolutely surprised at how much torque and how much power this thing is actually putting out. The other really cool thing about this bike, 6-speed transmission. All 6 of those gears are geared very tall. There's no need to short shift. Even cruising about 45, 50 miles an hour, 6th gear, even 5th gear is almost unnecessary. 5th and 6th gear are going to be used at your much higher speeds, interstate speeds I'm talking. This thing really likes the revs. It likes that 3,500 to 4,000 RPM range. That's where you're going to really feel this thing come alive. So again, reason number 1, torque and power. 78 foot-pounds of torque, 76 horsepower. And all that is being put out by that beautiful, distinguished Triumph parallel twin 1200cc high torque engine. Okay, topic number 2, or reason number 2 rather. Let's talk about dimensions. All right, so this bike weighs in right around 580 pounds. Whether or not I agree with that number, that we'll talk about that later. We can debate that later. Believe me, this does not feel like a 580-pound motorcycle. Honestly, when I had my Speedmaster, I was kind of assuming weight in right around same as the Indian Scout, which is about 545. Same thing, 550. That truly is what this bike feels like. It handles so well. Seat height we'll get into, but you'll notice we have a very low seat height, low center of gravity. So yeah, Triumph says this is weighing in at 580 pounds. I'm willing to debate that, but you know, I guess really the only way to figure that out is put it on a scale and figure it out. But yeah, 580 pounds according to Triumph, featuring a 3.2 gallon tank. And 3.2 gallon tank, Triumph is estimating 60.9 mpgs. I was coming in, now of course I was a lot heavier, I was coming in right between 45 and 50 mpg when I had it. Plus I was also goosing it a lot. So yeah, I was kind of, you know, I like the revs and I like to hear the motor and like to get into it. So, but yeah, I would say probably average, you're right between that 50 to 60 mpg range. Again, 3.2 gallon tank and beautiful gas tank on this thing. This is actually the same paint scheme I had, or similar, so it was all the jet black and cream with the gold pinstriping. Seat height, 27.8 inches. 27.8. Now this is not the factory seat. This is actually a Corbin seat. But a couple years ago, Triumph actually, the seat that used to come originally on the Speedmaster wasn't as comfortable. A lot of folks were actually upgrading to the accessory gel seat, the comfort seat from Triumph. So about 2 or 3 years ago, they went ahead and said, hey, look, we're just going to throw this on the Speedmasters as we're shipping them out. So although no, not all Triumph Speedmasters come stock with Corbin seats, but they still have a 27.8-inch seat height, very comfortable seating, gel seating on all new and future Triumph Bonneville Speedmasters. So yeah, check that out. Very cool. So like I say, low center of gravity, very substantial. Low seat height, 27.8 seat height, and again, 3.2 gallon tank, averaging, I'd say, right between 50 to 60 mpg. All right, guys, and let's jump into topic number 3, reason number 3. Let's talk about the tech package. So one thing that folks are always very surprised about with the Triumph, even the Bonneville T120, the scramblers and things like that, but your more modern classics, the true artistic classic motorcycles from Triumph. A lot of folks are always surprised to learn that this bike comes with different rider modes. So if I turn the key on here, you can see up on the display, we have it in rain mode right now. So rain mode, and all I have to go right up here, hit the M mode button, and it goes over to road mode. So we have two different power mode options. This does come also standard with traction control. There again, also very surprising. Everybody's always surprised to know this comes with two different power modes and traction control. Now, the power modes. Road mode, a little bit snappier response on the throttle, dials back the traction control. If I put it in rain mode, it dials back the throttle response, but it boosts up the traction control. And believe me, as somebody who got stuck on their Speedmaster in the rain constantly, I find myself using rain mode quite a bit, and it was fantastic. The other thing too, cruise control. If you're thinking about getting a mid-size cruiser and you want cruise control, this comes from the factory. This is a factory option. Not option, but this is actually, it's factory standard. So this comes on this motorcycle right out of the crate. Cruise control, it's right over here. I tap the button once, we get the little indicator up there. I would tap the button twice, that sets it at the speed that I'm at. So again, to kind of summarize, we have two different power modes. We have traction control. We have cruise control on the Bonneville Speedmaster. Now, this was not standard, or is not standard. The previous owner of this motorcycle actually put heated grips on this bike, but they're again very professional, very uniform looking heated grip accessory option there from Triumph. You can put that on all the Bonneville models, and it's just very uniform looking. You don't have any crazy buttons or anything up here, but just a very uniform heated grip option. And you do have three different settings on those heated grips, so just kind of another accessory option there. But yeah, so traction control, cruise control, two different power modes. The other thing that I love about this bike is slip and assist clutch. For those of you that are not familiar with that, it's a little bit hard for me to kind of get into it. I'm not really very mechanically inclined, but it has to do with the clutch basket in these motorcycles and how it reduces a lot of abrupt engine braking, or maybe if you shift a little bit too hard, you really have to abuse this motorcycle to make it shift hard. The slip and assist clutch really helps compensate for any hard shifting or engine braking, aggressive engine braking rather. So yes, the slip and assist clutch is another techie feature I'll consider, even though it is a mechanical thing, but slip and assist clutch is a huge advantage, and I love it. If you've ever ridden any of the newer Triumph models, believe me, you've actually, whether you've known it or not, experienced the slip and assist clutch. They put it in all their sport bikes, all the modern classics, and all the Triumph Tigers. So, but yeah, that right there, I mean, between the engine, the acceleration, the throttle response, the shifting, this is one of the smoothest riding, one of the most smoothest riding cruisers on the market, hands down, hands down. Now, kind of going back to topic number one with, horsepower and things like that and performance, you'll notice this thing comes with Brembo brakes. Yeah, really, it does. Brembo brakes, twin rotors. So very responsive braking on this thing. So, of course, you got the barrel adjust right up there. If you want your levers closer to the bar, closer to your hands, you can do that. But very responsive braking. I found myself actually using the front brake quite a bit just because it was so responsive. This is a chain-driven motorcycle, by the way. And like I say, 6-speed transmission with that slip and assist clutch. But yeah, not only are you getting a high-performance motor, you're getting a hot rod engine out of the Bonneville Speedmaster, but you're also getting the best brakes on the market. Brembo brakes, and we got twin rotors on the front there as well. So yeah, they absolutely nailed it with this motorcycle. Now, this particular bike has a few accessories added on. This does not come standard with the bag, the Corbin seat, the little windshield up there, or the crash guards with LED lights. But all the other little techie features that I went over just now, and all three of those topics come standard on this motorcycle. And you can get into this bike starting at about the 14,000 range. So $13,995 is where the all jet black Bonneville Speedmaster starts out at. They creep up in price based on color. So you start to creep up to that 14,500, 15,700 number. Whereas Indian, who actually just revised the Indian Scout, to get all those features on an Indian Scout, you're going to be paying $16,000, $16,499 to be exact. So if you want cruise control on an Indian, Scout, if you want power modes, if you want keyless ignition, not that this has keyless ignition, but things like that. If you want those features and benefits, the different power modes and traction control and things like that, you're going to be paying essentially almost $2,000 more out of the Indian Scout. All right, so those are our 3 topics, 3 reasons you should strongly be considering the Triumph Bonneville Speedmaster. Topic number 1, again, engine, parallel twin, very torquey, very peppy, very revvy. And this is also very, very smooth. We have that beautiful, distinguished Triumph parallel twin 1200, high torque 1200 cc engine, fuel injected, liquid cooled. Number 2, obviously their dimensions. We got 3.2 gallon tank. We have a very low center of gravity, very low seat height, and obviously topic number 3, the tech package. You're getting cruise control from the factory, standard cruise control, power modes, traction control, the slip and assist clutch, Brembo brakes, twin rotors. This thing is a hot rod. If you're considering a mid-size cruiser and you're looking to try and get the most bang for your buck, this right here is what you need to be considering. And believe me, as somebody who has owned one of these bikes, it is an absolute hot rod. Triumph, like I say, everybody that I've ever sold a Bonneville Speedmaster or T100 or even the T120 to, and the Thruxtons and the Speed 1200s, more so the ones that look like the older classics, they're always flabbergasted by the torque and the power. But not only that, how very elegant and very smooth that power is and how it's distributed. Very smooth throttle response, very smooth shifting. So yeah, those are our 3 topics, 3 reasons you need to be considering the Triumph Bonneville Speedmaster. I'm going to quit talking here. I'm out of breath. I think I better get back to work. For those of you that are familiar with my channel, you can see my road has changed. This used to be a dead-end road. It is still closed right now, but it will be open. Carter Lumber's right back here, and I really don't know what everybody's game plan is, but there's been construction basically all around Twig Cycles for the better part of about 1.5 to 2 years. There's warehouses going up, there's roads getting put in, there's construction everywhere, roads are tore up and things like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to probably find a new place to start doing my videos here while I'm at work. So, but yeah, for those of you that were concerned, I'm not actually in the middle of a road. I mean, I kind of am, but it is closed currently. And it was always kind of a dead end previously. So, but that's what's going on. So we're going to have an intersection there. We're going to have the road up there. Twig Cycles is right there. So, but yeah, I'm going to quit talking, edit this video, take a spin on this Speedmaster, and I'll catch you guys later.